Hi, Lawrence again with the team at Arizona Pools Resurfacing. Today I'd like to talk to you about two obvious but simple ways to deal with a crack in your swimming pool. It is nice to have a swimming pool in your backyard here in Glendale. Having a place where you can swim anytime you want is a great benefit. Plus, the poolside is a good spot for you and your guests to relax in the beautiful Arizona spring and summer days and nights. Though, owning a swimming pool does come with a big responsibility. Maintaining a pool is no joke. The most common type of problem is having cracks in the plaster and tiles in the pool. Cracks appearing on the surface are not only unsightly, but can cause other serious issues if water is able to seep into the cracks, causing further damage. You basically have two options when you see cracks in your swimming pool. One, fix the problem yourself, or two, call a professional. If you opt to do the latter, make sure you call a reputable company. So let's talk about the first option first, the DIY repair. If you're going the DIY route, make sure you know what you're about to undertake and that you have the necessary skills and tools to do a proper job. If you don't, like much of DIY, in the long run it's quicker and less expensive to call in a pro. But if you're going to tackle it, then fine. Make sure you know what you're doing, because it is easy to spend a lot of time and money and potentially even causing damage to your pool if you undertake the job yourself. But hey, if you've got the confidence, then go for it. What you need to do is make sure you have the necessary tools and materials that you will need. Take a note and take note of the tools and supplies you already have around the house and list out the others that you need to do the job. Three of the most common materials required are epoxy. You'll need this to patch up the cracks in your pool. Epoxy is useful for both small and large cracks. Scan all the areas of your pool first before applying the epoxy to make sure that you know where all the cracks are located. Secondly, epoxy paint. This is needed to cover up the spots where you applied the epoxy. Choose a colour that will match with the colour of your pool plaster. Seems obvious, but don't overlook at it. And last but by no means least, the paintbrush. Serves two purposes. First, to clean the surface of the cracked tile. The other is to apply the epoxy. You should buy several paintbrushes in different sizes and to hand. Both these items can be bought at your local hardware store. Secondly, if you're hiring a professional, be sure to check online reviews at the Better Business Bureau and the Register of Contractors to ensure the company that you are considering is properly licensed and insured before deciding on who will do the job. When discussing the work with the contractors, be sure to find out the schedule for when they can begin, how long it will take, and don't forget, get a quote, not an estimate, for the total cost of the project. This will ensure that you know upfront the costs and time necessary for completion and won't leave you any nasty surprises. So lastly, pools are a luxury as long as you understand upfront the maintenance requirements and can budget for the cost necessary to keep your pool looking good and functioning properly. To discuss fixing your pool here in Glendale, contact us on 602-497-0490 or visit us at arizonapoolsresurfacing.com.